the biggest challenge today is that there is so much of competition, and every brand wants to position itself uniquely in this competition. So we must understand and absorb that brief and the hotel standards so that the brand is able to position itself in that manner. And that probably is one of the leading challenges, that we must understand that brief and their commercial viability correctly. And then obviously, like for example with Aludecor, you have so many changes which you've got in 1 year in terms of new materials.
Wooden, then
so you have a material palette between so many vendors which is evolving. So not only ACP but flooring and paint and various other finish, electronics, new technologies, like everyone wants to make a smart hotel now. तो अभी कितना स्मार्ट होटल बनाना है एंड उसकी टेक्नोलॉजी हमको भी थोड़ी एब्जॉर्ब करनी है. सो आई थिंक द चैलेंज इज A, bylaws, understanding, B, understanding the brand standards, 3, we need to understand the availability of materials,
local availability,
and then execution skills. So when you put all of these together, we have a set of challenges which you lightly said are unique. Every project will have it. Like if you're working in Kolkata, we'll have a different set of challenges. If you're working in Bangalore, you'll have a different set of challenges. If you're working in Mumbai, we'll have a different set of challenges. But yes, brand positioning probably and understanding that is very important, and I think Mr. Patki is superb in that. If you meet Mr. Patki and understand the way he understands brand philosophy, I think it's a coaching class in understanding the hotel industry.
Because they have their own standards all over the world. Like for example, you take holiday, they have like basic things which we are doing as per the city or the country. But the basic standard of their rooms or whatever the basic spaces is as per the standard.
Yeah, so they have brand standards which are set across, and like you rightly said, so therefore an international traveler will understand a Holiday Inn or a Marriott or a Hilton.
Yeah. If someone wants to book, so you know that it's Holiday Inn, so I can book it. Or
so
it's Marriott,
therefore
or
somewhere the guideline comes in, and somewhere as an architect we want that little visual impact, so that we are also contributing to building up that project, and that's where we come in. What modularization and standardization has done is simple. I am aware that I am going to get an X type of quality.
Yeah.
I am aware that this is how it is going to look, and I am aware of the price at which it is going to come. And since it is modular and there is a base thought process behind it already put across by the company, we are quite aware that yes, we can apply this very quickly across the board in the project. So I think modularization is probably the key to the growth of your success. That it's quick to execute and it will still give me the look that I want. And like you said, maintenance is very critical. When I'm doing paint, plaster or relief, or I'm doing some other kind of natural stone or what, all other things, cost, maintenance, everything is a concern. Whereas ACP probably scores on those.
I think you have already added a lot of value. You are giving good ACPs for interior, with interior finishes, wooden finishes, sand finishes, metallic. Actually, it is helping us a lot, so that we can make the product look more, you can say I can make up the building in a nice way. So we are looking forward for more such good products in the future.
Technical expertise in terms of like I said, vendor drawings, or like when we get fabrication drawings, I think you're fixing details, and if you could share some of your detailing knowledge with us and what goes across in putting your product across in the best way, I think that will help us.
And even the sizes, I think.
Yeah.
Because in few projects we have realized that you have certain width this thing, but when we are making such elevation, we are restricted to because we don't want that lines coming in between and all that stuff.
So I think your evolution will also lead to the evolution of the skin of the building. So it's a give and take, and the more we understand from you guys as to how your product is evolving and how we can increase
free hand we'll get to make the elevations.
I think the urban India we visualize is somewhere in front of you. It is bustling, it is vibrant, it's got characteristics in architecture which stand out, and I think an urban India that we visualize is an India that symbolizes India, and it stands out as us. and not an XYZ
Yes.
development.
Yeah.
A smart city is talking about connectivity, not only via the e-transactions or the internet. It's also about good infrastructure connectivity. It's also about having good open
connected,
spaces. It's about getting these things right, and that's a holistic approach. I don't think so.
Yeah. Even
I don't think so. Green architecture is a challenge. I think green architecture is a simple thought. Is that you have to absorb nature
Yeah, and you have to
respect nature.
Respect nature.
If you respect your climate, and if you respect the materials that are around you and what
Locally
nature has
available.
given,
Yeah.
if you just stick to that and you understand how the sun works and how the wind movements work, I
Or
think
the
it's very
climatic
simple.
conditions of that particular city or country, whatever.
You just have to respect that, and
Respect that
I don't think
eventually you get a nice green building.
all ratings are overrated. Yeah, it's green. It's green if you have respected what is around you.
What nature is basically.
If you know that you have a water shortage and you know how to provide for it, so you say, chalo, let's do rainwater harvesting. I don't need to have points given to me for that. I just know that that's required for my building. So it's just addressing what's the need of the hour and respecting nature. That's all. Townships are always meant to cater to a diverse set of people.
But end of the day, it should be, by design wise, it should be one.
Yes. So the design has to bind it as one.
Yeah.
And that is the challenge.
When you see it as a whole,
Exactly.
it should be one.
So it is like the idea of India. You have diversity, but when everything comes together, it has to speak one language. That's India, and that's townships. So the challenge is diversity, but the challenge is once you understand the diversity, and while you are catering to the diversity, the designer must see to it that you are speaking one language, the master plan, everything. And again, like I said, I think Mr. Patki would be one of the best people to tell you how to cater to diversity and still speak one language and cater to so many thought processes from a developer, from a landowner's perspective, from an investor's perspective. I think there is diversity in the man who's putting this across and making this project happen. There is diversity in the people who are buying, but there is no diversity in the way in which the design combines. ACP is not alien. I think when ACP started, everyone thought it's more about commercial buildings and office buildings.
Earlier, it used to be used in only commercial buildings when you guys have come.
But yeah, abhi ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Everyone likes ACP as a material. Like I said, like she said, it's good quality, easy to maintain, quick to put across.
And lot of options are available now.
You previously just had a few shades.
Yeah,
Today you've got the wooden shade, which is warm. Which can help us for soffits, which can help us for many low-rise buildings. You've got rustic shades.
Yes,
You've got that sand shades. So I think you're catering to that, and like your product will evolve, I think it will be more accepted.
Yes.
I think it's already been well accepted in a lot of arenas, and I think residential it's not alien to that. I mean, we don't think it's alien to residential. Where our take on it is, I think 5-7 years down the line, it will probably be a leading player. I think everyone needs to warm up to it, and like you rightly said, one of the things that you can do is make more awareness about these products. I am sure these are already being used, and we ourselves have looked at some of these. But I think in the future, this will probably be one of the front runners.
Once few projects are completed, I think it will take a lead.
Maybe a few more projects to see it in and around the city will push it ahead. It will probably be a front runner is what we feel.
A character of a city, it is always in people's mind, because of the buildings only.
I mean, people remember a city because of its character, and the characteristics are mostly architecture.
Yeah, it's like building square, you can say,
or an iconic building. But how you remember a city is through the character it exudes to you, and that character that it is exuding to you is because of the architecture that is around you, in our opinion. Because buildings is what you remember from a lot of cities, and locations that you have gone to, or squares that you have visited, or gardens that you have gone to. And I think design and architecture plays a key role in that. Because the history
recreates the...
I mean, architecture is basically recreating your past and it is probably
Identifying
your present,
present.
and it's a symbol of your future. I'll tell you what is closest to our heart. It is not any other project, but it is the fact that while we worked on 100 projects, or I mean what I mean to say is we must have worked on a number of projects. What is most closest to our heart is our growth with PG Patki Architects, and the way PG Patki Architects takes forward architectural projects and their contribution to the industry and the contribution to architects like us. So I mean, we would actually want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Patki. I hope he can see a YouTube video of this, and we would like to thank him for teaching us, and his guidance is probably the biggest thing which is closest to our heart. Projects we will do a number, but gurus you have only few. Mr. Patki is one of them.